Australia, Canada, and New Zealand had brokered this deal where they were going to, go plan for a ceasefire, ask for a ceasefire in Gaza, and it went to a vote at the United Nations, and it passed 153 to nothing, with Canada supporting it, including such luminaries as Russia and Syria, and the United States didn't vote. A whole bunch of countries, I think 26 countries, abstained. But that it caused outrage because I think right-minded people think that it's not Israel's, it's Hamas caused this. Right? If they want to get a ceasefire, then surrender, release all the hostages, lay down your arms. But they didn't do that. So Marquesino, the minister, what's the name again? Sorry, Mendicino,
Marco
right?
Mendicino,
the former minister of lies. He within an hour he was tweeting that he disagreed with Trudeau. And another liberal by the name of was a Horsfeather. Sorry, also disagreed. So it's the first time you're seeing an open tear a little bit in the liberal ranks. So it's a very controversial position. Melanie Joly said, "Yeah, probably Jews are going to be upset." Well, no, yeah, right, yes, they are. I was going to say no shit, Sherlock, but I don't want to get bleeped. But yes, Jewish organizations are outraged. So on Tuesday, Trudeau stood with hostages' families and gave his support to the Israelis, and then the next day he stabs them in the back at the UN. So it's interesting that there's all sorts of speculation that the Muslim population in Canada is now much greater than the Israeli population, and he's pandering to where the votes are.
Well, that's it. And something that I've seen some others point out was Mendicino's constituency, 18% of the population there is Jewish, which is pretty high for any constituency in Canada, actually. So perhaps there's some political motive there. But Anthony Housefather is Jewish himself, and he's been very outspoken throughout this whole thing. But aside from Jewish people, I mean, the odiousness of this. I mean, Israel did cooperate in one ceasefire, and they did exchange. I mean, 150 terrorists they gave back to get, a much smaller amount of their own citizens who'd been taken hostage. They looked to extend it, but Hamas refused to give any more hostages back, and then Hamas started launching rockets.
Yes, Hamas broke the ceasefire.
Yeah, but Israel catches the crap. And I think it's not just Jews, just Canadians in general are getting sick and tired of this victim blaming, because that's what this is.
Mm-hmm. No, in Trudeau's statement, Trudeau had a long conversation with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. But he came out and he spoke to the press corps there in Ottawa. I said, well, what did you say? And he said a lot of things, but among them was that Canada was committed to a two-state solution. Well, good for Canada. Israel would be okay with a two-state solution, but Hamas is not. They do not want a two-state solution. They want a single state, with them being it, and with every Jew expelled from that geographical area. They have been uncompromising on that. It's in the charter that governs Hamas. The destruction of these Zionist entity is the goal. And so Mr. Trudeau takes us for fools again by suggesting that there is a position that reasonable people could meet, when in fact there isn't, because we're not dealing with people who are reasonable and looking for a compromise.